Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this segment of my presentation on this great occasion of Corporate Security Managers course by the Nigerian Institute for Industrial Security. The topic for this segment is making security relevant to top management. Making security relevant to top management. The intention is to walk through this material and prepare security managers to be able to make the security function valuable in any organization that they are hired to lead. Excuse me. So as we go through this today, I invite everyone who is listening to leave a question on the comment bar and also to leave comments. Anything you think that can help us get good value and better understanding of this subject. The security function is, in my opinion, maybe my biased opinion as a security person myself, the most relevant department in any organization, especially in the world we are in today. A place like Nigeria, where even the National Assembly has said that Nigeria has acquired a new synonym. The new synonym for Nigeria is insecurity. In this kind of situation, it does not beg the issue at all that security is relevant to the management of any organization that want to survive, succeed, return back to business, that is business continuity, after an attack or a major incident. Because the security management has the responsibility to prepare organizations for emergencies, for threats, for attacks, and for all issues that could happen. Now, before this time, before 9/11 in America, that is the bombing of the Pentagon and the World Trade Center by Osama bin Laden's terrorist group, the security function had been a passive function or department. Not a lot has been allowed to happen in security, but after 9/11, many countries, many organizations became more involved in knowing what their security function is doing, and the security function began to get support. But as we continue in competition for resources between the security department and other departments, especially manufacturing and marketing and engineering, those whose activities bear directly to most of these conglomerates, especially the manufacturing functions, the security management has a responsibility to make themselves relevant to top management by being valuable, by making the security function valuable. It is the responsibility of security managers to do that. It is my hope that as we go through this presentation, you will be able to get a few ideas that you can implement immediately in your organization to change the current scenario or how things are there. The security function and its value. The security function is particularly important to safeguard employees and protect company interests. The security function is valuable in the eyes of the company if the security department meets the expectation of the company. I think security managers should quickly take note of this. The security function will be valuable to the company to the extent that the security department is meeting the expectations of the company from security department. If that is not happening, it becomes a problem. And if the value that the top management places on the security department continues to dwindle over time, then we have a problem. Like I discussed earlier, corporate security position before 9/11. Before that time, the position of corporate security, um, was a middle management responsibility. It was never brought to the high level. And at that level, at the level it was, even in government, both in private and in government, security was most of the time seen as an afterthought, as something that you do when you have finished doing other things. Corporate security plans and programs generally respond, or they are supposed to be generally responsive or reactive to immediate incidents. No long-term planning. Before 9/11, there were merely reactive security. The security department or function acts reactively, which means after an incident had taken place, they usually do not have long-term planning as we have them today. Most reactive incident happens, mostly reactive, they are reactive. Incident happens, security response. That is the fire brigade approach to things. It's also called a stovepipe thinking. Security programs sometimes contrary to business units plans and goals. That is, sometimes they go contrary to the business units, the plans and goals of the business units. If you followed my two earlier presentations, I made it clear, especially in the first one, which is how security managers can operate at the level of excellence, that for a security function to become recognized, they must know the plans of the organization, buy into the plan themselves, draw their own plan from there, and then get management to buy into the plan of security. But before 9/11, security was merely doing their own thing, and the goals and aspirations and plans of the organization is another way. Now, for security managers to make security valuable to the management, they have to know the plan of management, know the goals of the management, and then fix themselves into those goals and develop their own plan from that point, and that way they can have success. Before 9/11, security was law enforcement driven. Mostly those who come from police, the army, and the intelligence services of government who came into it. There were no standards. There were no industrial security standards as we have them today. So security goal must be attained at all costs, no priorities. They didn't have any priority. Once they have anything, they start thinking about how to go about it. No advanced planning, no ideas on what to do in future. Most of their work before, but after 9/11, security issues now involve even mail processing. As mails go, even emails, they are processed, and intelligence are gathered from them to use in increasing the security of organizations. They got involved in travel security, protection of employees, protection of infrastructure. Then risk assessment, a critical element in effective security, became more robust after 9/11. Then protection of offices and physical plants. Then employee morale and customer security, all of these came to the fore after 9/11. After 9/11, corporate security started getting attention of the executive management. Corporate security became seen as a resource to the company, not as a necessary evil. And what this means is that every security manager must take steps to ensure that they are a resource. Because it is not just enough to say, because of 9/11 happened, the top management are going to be interested in you. No, you have to prove to top management that they need to rely on you. So you make yourself relevant. So corporate security became an advisor to the executive management and business units concerning comprehensive security programs for personnel and corporate assets protection. So these are all that happened after 9/11 took place. Corporate security also now reports to the C-suite in many companies, and this is no longer a mid-level executive responsibility. So the profile of the department moved after 9/11 from mid-level management to a higher level of management. And I think I was one of the people that affected in what I did when I uh, got involved in industrial security. Um, the first level of my management position provided for me made me report to someone, to another manager. But by the time we showed what we could do in security, then it was easy for the organization to move my report level to the highest to the director, directly to the director instead of through a manager. So now 9/11 raised the consciousness of both security operatives themselves, security professionals, and executive management to the place of security in helping the work. Corporate security executive became more business oriented. Remember, we recommended this very highly in the first listing in management and style and program content. This was recommended highly in the first presentation that I gave today on uh, how to set up an excellent security management. So you have to get involved in the business. You need to know the business. Even if you are going to stay in that company for only 1 year or two, still spend time to know the business so that that period that you are staying in that company, you are effective. And if you should leave, you will be needed. Corporate security also becomes an enterprise function of a company. Instead of being sidelined, instead of being an afterthought, the corporate security became something that came into the center stage because of what happened there in that 9/11 attack on World Trade Center and Pentagon by the Osama bin Laden terrorist group. Emergency plans that include crisis management, disaster recovery, and business continuity developed into a proactive environment. Instead of continuing to be a reactive element, they became part of um, the plan against the future for every organization. Corporate security executives also grow. They now set up their craft in a strategic, tactical manner with plans, and the security unit became a business unit because now organizations know that they rely on them to be able to do what they must do. Plans and programs consider business goals and projects. Um, all corporate security plans and programs are more proactive and include prevention of terrorist attacks. These were not considered previously. And then corporate security plans and programs develop a legal compliance component as corporations comply with the new mandated legislation that requires that they be raised to a certain standard for the operations to be effective. Corporate security programs also are more restrictive and costly as both terrorism and legislative compliance are emphasized. Also, emergency plans included crisis management, disaster recovery, business continuity, and these develop into proactive environment. And then uh, everything about security changed at that time. Now, one of the challenges that corporate security have at hand right now is how to sustain all the impetus that was gained following the 9/11 attack on the Pentagon and World Trade Center in the United States. Now, the corporate security and human resources. employee reduction programs, security awareness programs, human development, as customer training, background inquiries, workplace violence programs, crisis management. These now became part of the security function. These are all things that emanated as security came to the center stage. Now, security approach became comprehensive, and it was now focusing on risk management, strong control measures, effective standards, policies and procedures, and appropriate response to incidents. Now, the criteria for a valuable security function. These are the things you need to set in place so that you can be considered a valuable part of the organization. So to become a valuable element in any business that you are involved with, security's reputation in corporate organization forms are now around forms around the following elements. So security reputation in corporate organization forms around the following elements, which is these are the criteria for becoming a valuable function in any organization. One is the question is, can security be trusted? Trust. Do they deliver results? Is the evidence that what security is doing is impacting on the results of the organization? Or all the money spent to set up the security department and to all use security programs, are there results coming from them? Are they positive to work with? The people in security, are they positive to work with? Are they reliable? Are they responsible? So in other words, what this means is that for the security function to become valuable to an organization, the security management and the whole security, everybody in security must be trustworthy. Whatever it will take you to become trustworthy, you need to do. Part of it is integrity. And I think all of them are centered on integrity. But there are two aspects of this integrity. One aspect is that the resources that are entrusted in your hand for the work need to be deployed for the work. Integrity. The other aspect of integrity is what you said you would do, what the security department was set up to do, you do everything within your power to get it done. That is integrity. And when you do that, you will start achieving results, both the results set up for the security department and the result that will affect the result of the company. In the first presentation we made today on excellence in security management, we made it clear that security leadership should find themselves in the result that the company makes. If they make profit, security must find that they are contributors. And if it's a loss, security must know that they also contributed to the loss. And then the security function, the management, the leadership of the security group should be able to prepare the psychology of his team, the team members, so that they can work in harmony with other staff. Usually, the security group are always struggling with other functionaries in an organization or a complex or a facility. But it behoves on security to take steps to exude positive attitude so that these people will be able to, to tune in to security, to be able to have the back of security should be anything. And then security need to be reliable. Those functioning in security need to be reliable, and they need to be responsible and also act responsibly. When you do this, you are building value that you are now moving from the security function to the general objective of the organization. Now, assessing security's reputation within the organization. When security manager take time to evaluate team's reputation, you will have the information and the starting point you need to begin improvement process. So one of the things that a security manager must do is to assess the reputation of the security department within an organization. A number of times, security people fight, quarrel. Sometimes they are innocent. They are actually the victims of the challenges that other employees create for them. But one of the things a security manager must do to enable them become valuable to an organization is that he must evaluate the reputation of the security team within that organization. Are they hated? Are they considered as nothing? Are they valued by the people, individuals that make up the organization? This assessment a security manager must do. And the security manager must uh, make the security function, to make the security function valuable. A security manager must ensure that security is making positive contribution to the organization, because such priority will drive success, satisfaction, and result. So, positive contribution. You want to be considered valuable to an organization, then you make positive contribution. And then for you to discover and define security value in your organization, you should do the following. One, ask peers and other managers how you are doing. Observe and listen. Measure performance and talk to team members. This will help you. When asking peers and other managers, security managers should regularly talk to their peers and managers, asking open-ended questions like, in what ways does this department excel? In what ways does this department fail to meet expectations? If you are the manager, what improvements or changes will you like to make uh, in this team? What improvement and changes will you like this team to make, the security team to make? What is it like to work with this team? What was the last time you felt frustrated because of security's performances or interactions with team members? What is one change that will make working with security or this team more pleasurable? What do others say about security and the security team? So these are critical questions a security manager must ask his fellow managers. When you ask these questions from your fellow manager, the feedback you get will help you to, one, improve the department's for operations, and also make your department very valuable in the organization. The other thing that you must do is to communicate security performance. You need to meet regularly to review performance with management and team members. Prepare a list of current performance measures, and then summary of activities that are going on well, and your action plan to help address any concerns that are coming. So every security manager must package their communication around doing regular reviews with management on what security is doing and collecting feedback from them. And also, you have to prepare a list of current performance measures that you will use to know if the security department is doing the right thing or doing well. And then a summary of all the activities that are going on well in the department, in the whole organization that has a security influence on it. And then you have to organize all of those and then make a plan on how to address any concern that others might have raised. Now, the corporate security group includes functional experts in all aspects of physical security, electronic security, crime investigation, training, and other aspects. These are all part of the sections or groups that are inside corporate security. Corporate security includes physical security, electronic security, crime investigation, training, and other aspects. These experienced specialists develop strategies and plans to meet corporate security needs. They will consult and provide advice to our network of regional and site security personnel. If you want to become valuable to the function, you must prepare, establish, and then create consistent work that you will be doing to support all the other departments. It is that support that will make you valuable in the long run in the organization. Now, the security leadership must adopt belief that support the goal of the organization. So, how do you know if your current definition of success is constructive? The following questions can help diagnose whether your current beliefs are helpful or harmful. One, are results coming in as expected? If not, why not? What beliefs might be responsible for this shortfall? What do you believe might be responsible for the shortfall? What could be responsible? But first, the question is, are results coming as expected? If not, why is it not coming? What can be responsible? On the average, the next question is, on the average, how much time is spent being reactive versus proactive? There's this attitude I have about Nigeria police. In my mind, what they do is an incident will take place, the criminals will finish what they are doing, and then they will go away, and police will come behind and start asking, where them, where them, where them. And then they can arrest anybody they see on the scene just to act as if they are doing something. Now, corporate security cannot do that and get away with it. So it is important that you evaluate how much reactive actions you are taking and how much proactive actions you are taking. The more reactive action you take, the more dangerous it is for you. But the more proactive action you take, the more you are in tune and in tandem with the rest of the organization. Because every organization is building, has a goal to achieve something more than they have achieved previously. So if security is waiting for incidents to happen before they work, then that is not good security. Good security is security that is ready to do something before the incident takes place by finding out. Okay, does the feedback or criticism result in a defensive comeback, shutdown of communication, or combative posture? Why is it important to you to be right or win? Why is it important for you to win all the time or to be right? If you want to really take a feedback and criticism is effective to do it in a positive manner instead of defensive way, then you must not want to win at all times. You must be prepared to understand what case the other people are making so that way you'll be able to respond properly. So who in the organization is the most positive and powerful role model that security can copy? What does he or she do that is so effective? And which beliefs would support these behaviors? So what kind of belief do you need to support the right kind of behavior that you have noticed in other people who are doing well? Okay. Now, every security manager should take steps to define the security mandate that they have. As a CSO or security, your mandate is to identify security risks and ensure that effective controls are in place to, one, protect people, protect products, and protect assets, and protect the company's reputation. That's your job. Look for your mandate is to identify risks. And identify means being proactive. If the risks come before you see them, you are not proactive. But if you want to be proactive, then you have to identify the risks that will affect the organization, and then profile and deploy by action effective controls, put them in place take action on them that will protect the people, protect the company's products, protect the company's other assets, and protect the company's reputation. This is, in a nutshell, the mandate of a security chief. And then security policy. Maintaining effective security function is critical to the protection for people, and human rights is fundamental to responsible business approach with laws and regulations. Regulatory requirements is a must. So this place is inviting the need to create security policies which ensure that while you are protecting the organization and its people, you are also protecting human rights, and then everybody can feel and see their responsibility in seeing that the uh, the work that needs to be done is done and nobody is harmed in the process. It is your job in maintaining an effective security function is critical to the protection of people, product assets, and reputation. So you want to protect assets, you want to protect people, you have to maintain an effective security function. And then effective security controls, standards, policies, procedures contribute to the safety and protection of employees as well as communities in which the company operates. So you need to take note with what controls, standards, and policies do in this manner to be able to become valuable. Security policy and promise. To treat all people with respect and dignity, and to be guided in our approaches and actions by the voluntary principle on security and human rights. These are the policies and promises that the security manager must make and deploy to be able to become valuable. To provide the security and to provide the security expertise and resource required to develop a safe and secure working environment, and this is done by training, to establish security strategies, plans, standards, policies, and procedures to support achievement of Barrick's business objectives. So, what is the business objective of your organization? The security strategies and plans they are making, the standards, the policies you read, the procedures for doing security must support the achievement of the business objective. To identify and manage risks effectively with focus on preventing security incidents. So the key here is identify, and identify is proactive. So you identify all the risks that the company faces and then identify them effectively and then work with a focus to preventing security incidents. If you keep responding each time incident happens, you respond, before long everybody will be tired. But if you're able to prevent a few things, you are doing well in trying to prove to the top management and other people in the organization that security is valuable to them and to everyone. And to establish programs that protect employees, company assets, and the stakeholders from loss, from theft, fraud, and other inappropriateness. Those are the work to investigate and analyze security incidents. When they do happen, you have to be up there, first person, last person to leave. Investigate and analyze the security incident, and then take appropriate action and continuously improve. That's what security to have to become valuable. And then to operate in accordance with the laws of the countries where we do business. That's another way to maintain a high level of a high degree of professionalism, knowledge, and the security staff with the appropriate recruiting, training, resources, and contracting procedures on all operations. That is the way to be. Now, here are some elements of security management system. The security management system will indicate security risk assessment process and reviews. So a management system to make sure that you have security in place in an organization or establishment must start with security risk assessment and the process and reviews that you can put in place, information gathering and analysis, control frameworks, critical incident management, and investigation. These are the key elements of security management system. When you can handle this and put them in place, then you are on top of your game and at the work you must be doing. Now, the next one is making security services result-oriented and valuable. Now, methods in turning around the security department and making it more result-oriented and valuable to the corporation are: one, effective supervision. You, as the leader, the security manager, must effectively supervise your men and the security team, see that they're operating with integrity and that their competence is showing and that they have speed and accuracy. They are improving on content of the security service mission. There are specific improvements to be made in each area of service and the measurement which will constitute success. That this is your business. The content and the size of the security budget. These are all the things you work on to help you. Now, identifying with corporate values security. Values should be based on the following: customers, integrity, people, teamwork, speed, innovation, and performance. This is the core elements that will help you to become a person of value, a department of value. Is that you are customer focused, you're operating with integrity, you are people connected, you work as a team. The security team and other teams in the organization are seeing at the same time, because those teams, they have their goals. If security keys into their goal, then you are working with them as a team. Now, things that need to be expeditiously dealt with are dealt with, and you are looking for new ways of doing things, and you are improving performance. Now, in aligning performance goals, performance and compensation, corporate goals and functions are incorporated into the security department's mission statement. Corporate and functional goals are established as part of the initial performance review opportunity. And this is created every year or sometimes every 2 years to help each person improve their performance when they go through this performance evaluation or review. Alignment with corporate vision, values, and policies. For security function, could be considered valuable. To be considered valuable, the corporate security function should operate within the context of the corporation's values and vision, as well as corporate policies such as the Code of Business Conduct and Ethics. When we discussed the first lecture today, we talked about the need to buy into the vision and mission of the organization you are working for if you are going to be able to work excellently. And this same also applies in trying to prove yourself valuable to the organization. You must key into their mission. Now, security procedures and guidelines are integrated into operations so that they support the business. So the security procedures should not be put and made to stand alone or as if it is against the other operations or procedures and operations of other departments. Rather, the security procedures and guidelines should be aligned or integrated to the overall operations of that business. And security activities are closely coordinated, and other business functions, including legal, internal safety and health, compliance, insurance, environment, human resources, and communication. All of these must be closely coordinated. Whatever you do must take into cognizance the operations of these people. Now, effective decision making process of the leadership of the security function should also be another thing to be considered. When you make decision, you must ensure that that decision is effective and that the process you use in arriving to your conclusions or decisions you are making, that that process is also effective. Now, effective solution of conflicts and internal wranglings within the security department. So, my people say that you have to start being beautiful from home before you get outside. The security department leadership must put their house in order and ensure that there are no isms inside the security department, because once there's that, then that will be it will be exposed outside. And if people believe or can see that you are not in harmony in the department, they will not be able to believe what you say. And of course, you cannot preach harmony for them when they have similar issues. Okay, use of certification in improving on the skills and knowledge of the security force to deploy cutting-edge knowledge in managing security issues as they arise in the workplace. So, this is a very important one. This is to do with personal development and learning. The security managers should think about certification, which is a way to improve their skill. You do not get any certificates without training. When you go through those trainings, it automatically improves your security knowledge and experience, and you can use it to do what is necessary to help the organization that you work for. Now, corporate security in the 21st century, corporate security will reorient its goal from strictly law enforcement objectives to ones that includes a business component that provide metrics for security services that increase profitability, reduce costs, enhance the brand, improve customer relationship, and reduce employee attrition. These are the things that corporate security must do. They must take steps to see that they are able to reduce these anomalies that usually destroy the peace of an organization. Thank you very much for coming to today's training. Appreciate you. If you have questions, please leave them on the chat bar and we'll pick them up and take care of them for you in due course. Thank you and have a great day.